Of course, I knew that it couldn't all be large deals and easy getaways, you know. There had to be some smaller scale jobs and some things would go wrong eventually. We had to kind of dial it down a little bit and target just a small little bank, which should have been easy. But I do a lot of my hacking on like real computers, and they wanted me to do it on a phone, which I wasn't very good at. I wasn't experienced enough in it, and I didn't see it coming, that's for sure. Oh my love. To make matters worse, on the drive out to the small bank, when we get there, it was a two-man job, right? Diesel holds the people in the lobby hostage. I go back and drill out a security box after hacking the bank systems. Well, suffice it to say, I'm better with the drill now. There were a couple of... had to stop and let the drill cool down because that thing was a piece of crap. Our equipment was bad, and execution needed work, but we came away from it still successful.
That's what you keep that thing around for.
Small profit. Nothing to really write home about, but hey, a job's a job, right? What happens afterwards, though, is the slow descent into complete and total failure. Diesel is a busy man, and I didn't want to take up all of his time. I'm not incapable. I'm a big bun. I can take care of myself. And I tried to. I was like, okay, well, while he's away, let's see what I can get into on my own. I put together a crew, try and find a list of jobs that are available and that I think I can complete. And what happens? Everybody else finds some way to muck it up. I expected Los Santos to be a place filled to the brim with professionals who knew what they were doing and brag about their efficiency. But what I find is a bunch of people who spent tons and tons of monies on cars that they don't know how to drive, taking on jobs that they can't complete. It was infuriating. The first in what would be a long stream of failures started with a setup job. No stress, no cops, no chase, no firefights. It was super simple. All we had to do was trail a couple of vans and get pictures of their license plates. It took us so long to get this done that I was convinced that it was not going to happen. There comes a point in time where I should have considered cutting my losses. If we had knocked it out on the first try, it'd have been just a stepping stone to bigger and better things, but this was not that. And it ended up being a huge waste of time and a job for some other group to complete, which is... it's disheartening. But what's even more disheartening in hindsight is that afterwards, the trend would continue. I attempted a mid-scale job, joining on as just a crew. I wasn't in charge of this one at all. But the plan was to drive out to a helicopter, fly to a facility keeping some sort of new age weapon of some type, drop an EMP to knock out their electronics, parachute down, fight our way to the weapon, grab it, get out. Kind of messy, but it seemed like it would be interesting at the very least. The problem started immediately though, because the drive out to the helicopter took forever. It was so long, and it didn't need to be that long. It took me like... it was like a 2-hour drive. and I didn't think to really bring my own car, and I didn't get really shown where the dealership was. I can afford a car, don't get me wrong. I could easily just go out and buy one, I just hadn't yet. But I make my way all the way out. We all rendezvous with the stupid helicopter. We parachute down. We make it above the site. We drop the EMP. Everything so far is going smoothly. It's just a huge time parachute, which I mean, didn't have one, I guess. The problem happens after we hit the ground. Me and one other of the crew members we're part of the ground team, basically. Once we parachute down, we have to shoot our way in towards the weapon. Now, me personally, I know my way in a firefight. That's not to say that I wasn't taking some pressure. I was feeling it. I mean, they had better firepower. I wasn't exactly anticipating it, but I was prepared and ready to fight my way through, no problem. But the other member of the ground team, however, wanted to block bullets with his stupid face, and ended up getting the entire operation completely ruined by going down like an idiot. They turned him into Swiss cheese. It wasn't me. So that entire drive and the flight ended up being a massive waste of time. Payout of 0. Crew broke up. Job just failed. All of the groundswell, all of the momentum from those first 2 jobs is completely out the door at this point, and I don't really have too much to show for it other than the fact that I'm starting to think that maybe I was getting carried, but I know that that's not the case. I pulled my weight on those first 2 jobs, and they even said so. I was making a lot of things happen, but I just could not for the life of me find a reliable crew. And this is disappointing because this is supposed to be Los Santos. This is supposed to be where the professionals and the high rollers go, where the big jobs get completed. And nobody here is competent at anything. Can't drive their own cars, can't pilot, can't do something as simple as tail a van under no pressure. Not ready to leave Los Santos yet because I don't want to walk out of here without anything to show for my time. There's still stuff that needs to be proven here, and I'm not leaving until I get that done. Anyway, that's all from me. I'll see you guys some other time. And if you're the type of person who can get a job done, by all means, let me know down in the comments below. If you're the type of person who can't get something done, don't bother. I don't want to hear from you. Anyway, I'll see you guys later.